Welcome in, everybody, and congratulations, Serena. You're through your first round.
Thank you.
3 weeks between the French and Wimbledon. Been much talked about. They've wanted it for 50 years, Christy told me earlier today. How'd you spend the time?
Well, the first week I was really sick, so I kind of just laid down in my bed and recovered, and then after that I was up and running and just training, and then the third week you're already here training on the grass, so it goes by really fast. And looking back, I don't know how we did it for so long, but 2 weeks in between.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's pretty crazy.
And where'd you practice? You said it in the press conference.
Yeah, no, we practiced at Jack Nicklaus' house. He has a grass court. Have you ever been there?
Never. Was invited, but never took it.
Yeah, I for the first time I went because Venus was there, and I always copy her, so I was like, if she's there, I'm going to go too.
What's the scouting report on Venus? Is she going to have any big wins this tournament?
Well, I hope not.
You hope she does until the fourth round.
I hope she does, but yeah, she's tough. You know, she's playing well, and she was practicing so well. I was like, man, I really better be on my toes. And then I guess if I keep winning and she keeps winning, we'll play each other.
Yeah.
And it'll be a huge test for both of us.
Well, she's won it 5 times. She loves the grass court.
Yeah.
What were you happy with today? You had a tough match, tough test against a really good young player.
Yeah.
What were you happy with, and what weren't you happy with?
Well, what was I happy with? Okay.
Besides winning.
Winning, yeah.
Okay, what weren't you happy with?
That forehand inside out. Well, you know, I got out to a slow start again, and then, you know, I didn't serve as well as I wanted to, and I wasn't as aggressive on my returns or on my in my ground stroke play, and I feel like my feet weren't moving the way they should move. But first round, hopefully it was just nerves, and hopefully I'll be able to.
You know, it's interesting in your press conferences, you always say that you think the grass is really suited to your game, but yet it's not your favorite surface because...
I don't know. And that's been from day one. It's so strange. I think it suits my game. Obviously, I've won here 5 times, but I've always preferred, you know, obviously the hard courts and the slower surfaces. But I tend to do well here, so I'm just going to go with that.
Is it because of the solid footwork too? And
maybe you have to be really low, and everything is so fast, and you use your legs a lot, and it's a really physical game on grass. More physical, I think, than a lot of people realize.
5-time champion here, but a 6th would be something so special. Your second Serena Slam. You're already halfway to the calendar slam. I know you follow many sports, and I feel like when I talk to you about this, I'm talking to someone who has a no-hitter, and really we shouldn't mention it, you know, superstitious. But how are you approaching it and managing it and all the expectation?
Yeah, it's not really easy because, you know, everyone's talking about it, and, you know, it's rare, and I've never been in this position, so I'm just going to keep going because I've never gotten a calendar slam. I do have the Serena Slam. Worst case scenario, I lose here, and I still have the Serena Slam. So that's kind of how I'm approaching it and how I'm looking at it.
How is it different than when we saw earlier today images of 2002 and 2003, and we realized, what a baby back then.
Yeah, it was so young.
So young.
Yeah.
How is it different now?
Well, now obviously I'm a little older. I like to say a little more mature, but I would be lying. But I'm definitely a lot more experienced on the court, and I know what to do, and I know how to get through some tough matches, like I did in Australia, like I did the French, and just I think mentally, I mean, I was super mentally tough back then, but I think now it's just more a calmer version of the Serena.
But it's interesting, your coach, Patrick Montaglu, noted that in Australia, you had the flu. And also at the French Open, you had the flu. It was very obvious to all of us who watched you. What are you going to do differently? Is it just stress, the stress that's causing it, or what do you think is?
Well, I just got really unlucky in the French Open. A few players were sick, and it was just when you're around that, it kind of just, you can just catch it really easy. And so I just think maybe I'm just susceptible to that a little bit more. But now I'm like on all my vitamins. I'm taking vitamin C every day. I'm like, you know, trying to stay healthy. And, you know, so I can get, well, I did pretty good when I was sick, though, so maybe I should get
No,
sick.
you did really well.
Can't debate that.
What would the slam mean to you? Either another Serena Slam or the calendar slam. And what do you think it means to your legacy at this point?
Well, the Serena Slam would be amazing to get to. I think when I was younger, I felt way more confident about it. Yeah, it would be really amazing to achieve that Serena Slam again. And just take it at one time. Really, my goal here is to win 6 matches in singles and do the best that I can. And in those next 6 matches, as I already got one under my belt, and focus on winning Wimbledon, not focus on winning a Serena Slam, and not focus on winning a Grand Slam, just focus on winning Wimbledon championships.
I guess my last question would be the managing of emotions and the managing mentally of yourself. Is it tougher during a 2-week period versus like a 1-week WTA event?
I really believe those 1-week WTA events really prepares you for these moments, because it's like here it's almost in a way easier, because on those 1 weeks or those 10 days event you play 5 matches in like 7 days or 6 days, and it really tests your body. And this is a little bit easier because you have a day on, then you have a day off, and you have a day on, and you have a day off, and in a way, yeah, you're still in the tournament, but it's mentally, I think it could be easier than that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
She's very uptight, as we can tell,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
stressed, and especially over the weekend. Especially over the weekend when Taylor Swift, Caroline, you also went to the concert, and you got up on stage with Taylor as well.
Yeah, we had so much fun with Carly and Taylor and Kendall and Gigi. We just had a blast, and you know, it was fun. I mean, everyone loves Taylor Swift. I know I do. I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan, and so she was like, "You should come on stage," and I was like, "I don't know, no." But I ended up doing it, and it was cool.
I got to say, and maybe you're going to kick me under the table for saying this, but
Oh, no.
I have seen Serena in a dance competition down in Palm Beach, you know, with Jill and with the group and her mom and her sister. And you definitely could have a second career. I mean, you did some moves that I've never even seen on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
You're unbelievable.
Well, I love to dance. I love to perform. I mean, maybe that's why I play tennis.
Don't let us stop you. Go ahead, stand up.
I'm not on the spot dancer. I need like a routine kind of thing. So.